KC's Audio Vault.
Rick Jackett from Finger 11.
March 24th, 2010. This summer, Rock on the Range coming back through Winnipeg. And on the phone with us, guitarist for one of the bands, Finger 11, Mr. Rick Jackett. We're catching you at home. I thought you guys were in New York.
Yeah, well, we've been sort of going back and forth between home and New York right now, just finishing up writing on the new record.
So trying to be in two places at once.
Yeah. I mean, it's been nice because we've got a chance to enjoy the home life over the last year because, everything was so hectic over the last 2 or 3 years. We had a chance to sort of, take some time, write the record, and relax and enjoy all the stuff that we're working towards,
Have you guys played any shows lately?
We haven't. We played shows through it last summer, and then after the summer was over, we just sort of, really dove in and started focusing on getting the record finished. I'd say we're at the end of the writing part of the record, and we're starting to, look for what producer we're going to use and start recording the record. But we haven't done a show for, I don't even know, maybe 4 months.
You guys kind of itching to get out?
Oh, definitely. It's always the way with us. We always tend to do it, we stay on the road till we're I can't imagine being on the road one more day. I'm just so tired and I'm just totally burnt out. So we get home, and then we stay at home until we're okay, this isn't the life I want to live. I want to be out there on the road, rock and rolling and playing shows and stuff. So we tend to push each side to the extreme till we're sick of it, and then we get back on,
Well, everyone in Winnipeg is very happy. Finger 11, part of Rock on the Range, August 7th at the stadium. Do you like playing these big festivals?
Oh, I love them. And you can tell everybody in Winnipeg, Finger 11 are very happy to be playing that Rock on the Range. That's going to be an awesome time. We got a chance to play the Rock on the Range last year at, it was in Ohio. We were the very first band on the main stage, and it was one of the best days because it was just the same way this is, just a crazy awesome lineup of great bands all day and really different styles of music. For me, the summer festival is maybe my favorite part about being in a rock band, just being out there and playing for that many people and watching all these great bands. And there's always a party somewhere, which is great. It's if the party isn't backstage, it's always out in the beer tent. Or there's always a good time happening somewhere in those festivals.
Is Rock on the Range kind of built into a summer tour that Finger 11 is planning?
I think it's sort of the beginning of the plan, because we still have to record our record. So we got to get that done. But I think the plan is, now that the writing's coming to an end, is to rush in and make the record and have it done and be ready to be able to tour this summer. And that's the goal. And as I look at the schedule, it's starting to quickly fill up with dates in different places throughout North America. So it looks like they're planning on throwing together a full-blown tour this summer, for sure. So
the album probably late summer, maybe fall?
I think that's what everybody's hoping for, the band and our label, our managers. I think everybody would be really happy if we had a record out this summer.
With Paralyzer, it kind of marked a little bit of a change in Finger 11's sound. Are you guys continuing in that direction? What can we expect from this new one?
Yeah, I think it's a combination. I think most of our records tend to be an evolution from the last one. That kind of mentality we're still applying. We still try and to top ourselves when it comes to songwriting. Where and Paralyzer obviously was one of the bigger songs we've ever written, and we really like that song. So going into this studio, it's okay, how do we write songs better than Paralyzer now? And we've been working really hard at trying to just trying to write all different types of songs again, slow to fast, dancey to heavy. To, if anything, this is probably the first time in our career where I can say the new record will be more of the same as opposed to completely different than anything we've done in the past. So this one is probably the first record that has elements of our own records in it. It's almost like we've taken an influence from ourselves on this one and sort of revisited some roots. And
is there pressure behind that? Do you get to hear from the label being obviously they're hoping you guys have another huge hit like Paralyzer, but was there a moment in the writing process where you're damn it, we need to find another Paralyzer? In the
sense that when you're writing a record, it's usually not until you've written that song, that big song, that great song, that one day everybody's this is a good one. Until you write that song, at least with our band, it doesn't feel like the record's done. And it can take you a month to write the 9 songs that go on the record and a year to write the one song that goes on the record. So for us, there is that kind of pressure, but it's most of the pressure in our band comes from within ourselves to improve and to be successful. Our label is pretty good about letting us just be who we are and do what we're going to do. But at the same time, it's, you know, I think everybody would be really, really happy if we wrote another song that was successful as Paralyzer, you know. But, you know, with us, we're lucky because we've had success, like, with the song One Thing, which is nothing like Paralyzer, right? And it still had a lot of success. And the last thing we want to do is just come out and write something that sounds like Paralyzer. But we would love to write a song that's as good as Paralyzer. So, you know, that's what we're aiming for.
Anything else new with the band besides the new disc? Any more babies? Anything changing over there?
No, everything's pretty much been we've been sort of stuck in writing mode for a year. So that's probably when our lives become the most, let's say, normal. Because we're all at home. You just end up becoming like sort of like a little bit of a homebody because we all have home studios now. And so I spend most of my days in my basement just recording music by myself, you know, and with the band guys. And it's sort of the boring part of the record industry, you know. It's like in the behind the music, they never go, oh, and then they spent a year in their basement strumming a guitar just trying to think of ideas. You know, it's all, the good stories are always like when you're on the road backstage with Ozzy Osbourne or like when you're in different parts of the world, you know. When you come home, it's almost like the closest we ever get to like punching the clock, I'd say. But we don't really treat it like that, but that's just sort of how it feels. You get up every day, you have your morning ritual, then you go right to the studio, you start making music, good or bad, follow it through, and then that's it. So, I mean, definitely the most exciting thing that's happening to us right now is that we're writing in New York City as opposed to our basements, which has actually created a great new buzz in the band and a new excitement for the record. So,
are you still rocking the beard?
Oh, yeah.
Are you getting big like Billy Gibbons?
Yeah, it's like, well, I got a chance to meet Billy Gibbons, and once I met him, I realized like that no one can rock the beard like Billy Gibbons. like I thought I had a big, long beard, and that guy's beard dwarfed mine. So I was like, okay, well, I obviously got some years, some decades ahead of me to to catch up with him. No, I definitely, I don't think I'll be losing the beard anytime soon.
Well, good to hear. There doesn't seem to be too many rock stars out there that are rocking the big beards and the long hair.
I love it because it's an instant, like, on stage it's so much fun because it's almost like a prop. My hair itself has probably more energy than my body does when I'm on stage. And we've always said it, being in a band, man, one of the best things that you can look however you want and no one can tell you different. You know, not many people can say that about their jobs. That, you know, they decided to go in one day and grow a beard down to their belly button, or that they decided to grow a pink mohawk. Like, most bosses would have troubles with that kind of stuff. And,
yeah, just rock stars and guys on the radio.
Yeah, there you go, yeah. Well, my friend once told me, he's like, man, it's like the only two people that can have a beard like that are rock stars or homeless people. And I was like, that's pretty much true, man.
Well, Rick, I'll let you go. We're very, very happy. Finger 11, part of MTS Rock on the Range. We will see you August 7th at the stadium.
Yeah, I cannot wait, man. The lineups are great, and I personally am just so happy to hear that Clutch is on that bill, man. I just cannot wait to see them. One of my favorite bands.
Well, all right, thanks again.
All right, thanks, Casey.
All the interviews you want on iTunes and at Power97.com. Casey's Audio Vault.
Casey Norman is Power 97's music director and can be heard every weekday from 2 till 6 in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Power 97 is Winnipeg's best rock.